drawing, sketching and painting are the complicated processes. Even if you are a beginner, you know that at the same time, while drawing, you need to think about a lot of different aspects. You need to think about composition, about color palette, about perspective, about anatomy of a body, about dynamic, about rhythm, and even about face expressions if you are drawing people. And I would like to tell you one more complicated aspect which make a beginner artist feel frustration, and this aspect usually is not mentioned among other this aspect which I told about for you. And very often beginner artists, they don't know about this aspect. I'm talking about one specific trick. It is when you are starting drawing, you need significant amount of time to create connections between your brain, between your eyes, and between your hand. Because when you started drawing, you don't have this coordination, and that's why beginners are so often frustrated about their results. They can tell you that in my mind I have a perfect picture, but when I start drawing I never can get even close to this result. And the reason is, one of the reasons is because they just don't have enough those neural connections in brains, and you need time for your organism to create those connections. So so in my previous video we were learning how to draw backgrounds in a very specific and original ways. Was my own method. I just want to show you if you missed that video. And the idea was that at the first stage of this drawing, we are creating these silhouettes. And I felt a little bit of friction while drawing these silhouettes. So today we are going to practice drawing more silhouettes, and I would like to make it as fun and as easy as it's possible. My name is Victoria, and here on my channel I'm showing you ways how to do complicated things with simple ways. And today it will be one foxy trick, how we are going to draw these silhouettes. So let's dive into our sketching practice. I have chosen this reference for our today's practice. It is also from this movie Grease, which we explored previous time. And now we are going to do only the first part of our previous method. So what we are going to do today? We are going to draw only pencil contours of these guys, and try to save the composition as it is. I mean these places between them, and to situate them more or less like on the this reference, and it will be it. So what we're going to do, just if you're drawing on iPad with Procreate, just grab a pencil brush, and if you don't have an iPad, it's no problem at all. You just can have a piece of paper and a pencil and try to draw contours. I will show you everything in a minute, but I always prefer to tell you what we are going to do in advance. I like this teaching approach for myself, and I suppose it is very convenient when you are when you know what's going on here. So we are going to contour this, guys, and that's it. And maybe in one of our upcoming videos, if you'd like to write me in comments, we can add the background as we did on the previous video. And of course, I forgot to mention that you also need to draw this ball here and the bicycle, just to have a little bit a challenge for you. So let's try to do everything I explained you. So keep in mind that we are not going to draw one big picture of a boy. No, we need to situate every one of them more or less like on our reference. No, just try to do it. Don't worry if something looks different. If your proportions of your characters are not like in a real life. Our goal is to learn how to draw without fear and more or less similar. But no need to worry if something went wrong. My position is that at the beginning stage, when you're a beginner artist, even if you're adult artist, no, you know, when full of your life you were, I don't know, a doctor or a lawyer, but somewhere deep inside you would like to draw, and it is important part of your personality. So don't prohibit yourself to explore this part of your soul. So don't and maybe my final guideline is to not to spend so much time for one figure. 1 minute for a figure, it is maximum for today's task. And you can see that some of these characters, they are overlapping each other, so you need to draw just a whole this contour all together. I will show you how I'm doing it, and I suppose that everything will be clear. So I will maybe explain how I am drawing the first one, and the rest I will make a speed paint, so you can see that I'm just grabbing as I can and not much worrying if something is going wrong, because we are here exploring sketching, and sketching, it is not about perfection, it is about dynamic. Oh, I forgot to I told you so many words that we need to draw these overlapped guys together, but I forgot. But no, I can fix it immediately. Maybe something is not as it is on a photo, but our goal is just to create new neural connections in our brains, which in future they will help us to draw much better. Just believe me, I did it so many times, and normally I don't draw with lines, and that's why I was losing this skill several times, and I need to start like from the beginning. But in reality it is not a beginning. I just return to some point, and this is our first two guys, and for sketching it is super. I suppose that this result is super for you. So from this point I'm going to complete my sketch, and after that we will have several minutes to discuss what have we got. So my sketch is ready. I will put it and this reference into my free Telegram channel. The link will be in the description, and you can observe both of them, and you can also draw your own sketch from my today's exercise and share your results with me. I always ask you to do it, to try, because when you observe how I'm doing it, you will never understand what's going on. You need to try and feel how it is in reality. Because maybe it looks like why I'm drawing so unproportional and strange characters, but give it a try and show me your results, and you will understand that it is a tricky exercise and you need time for practicing, and the more you will be sketching like this, it is like an exercise. It is not a final sketch. You understand me? Yes? And the more you practice, the quicker your skills will improve. Just believe me, I experienced it several times, and I know for sure that first time you try, you don't like your figures. Second, no, maybe 10 days in a row, something is not good. But after a month, you will do it easily. It is very, very helpful exercise. And in my methodology, how I'm drawing sketches, and it it's not only about people, but about backgrounds also. I use this approach very, very often, and it is much more easy to explain my technology with this approach. What have we done today? We adjusted a little bit our skill how to draw figures, full body people, and I even filmed a couple of videos. I will put a link somewhere here or maybe in the description, because there are two. How to draw the pencil full body sketch of people. But today it was a little bit more complicated because we had a group of interacting people, and we needed to make a composition of them. And in future we will return to this exercise because I find it very, very useful, and you need to practice it. You need time to adjust your skills in your hand and to create this connection, your brain, your eyes, and your hand. And I try to create exercises which will help you to overcome this gap between, absolute beginners and more experienced sketcher without some frictions. Just do it, try to make several approaches, and finally everything happen like magically, just because your brain and your hand will be prepared to it. And I forgot to mention it, that you can return to my tutorials again and again. In my different videos you can find completely different topics and aspects of drawing, and you can return to your favorite ones or to those which are more complicated for you and you would like to develop these skills again and again. Just find your own references and try to apply my technologies and tricks to different reference, and find how it will change your sketches and and your practice. And don't forget to enjoy the process. Maybe I'm very serious all the time and you suppose that it is a hard work. In maybe several months or a couple of years ago, I don't remember, I also believed that you need to overcome this hard part when you just learning. But now I don't believe in it. I suppose that it was a completely wrong strategy, and I don't know why teachers, they not often tell about it, that you need to have fun. Why we are drawing here? I'm not telling about professional artists. I'm talking about people who are artists in their souls. Why we are drawing? Because we like this process. We enjoy drawing, finding interesting shapes and combining colors. It is very vital energy during this process, and I encourage you to practice and to touch this vitality through sketching and drawing practice. And you don't need to suffer. Just believe me, you are not learning academically here. You are just exploring different ways how you can grasp interesting moment, to depict interesting scene with people, maybe some animals, dogs, cats, so beautiful environment, buildings. We are step by step, we are exploring all these topics. And I prefer to start with the more simple things, but sometimes add something more complicated, just to give you an opportunity to challenge yourself. And when you see that you are not that perfect, I always tell you, don't worry about it. You are not perfect. You will never become perfect. Just forget about it. Your task is to enjoy the process and do it as much as you want. And don't skip your practice if you just don't have a mood to do it. You will get this mood in the process. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, for drawing with me. And as always, I encourage you to show me your today's sketches and write me in my free Telegram channel. The link will be in the description. And write me some words about you. Who are you? Where are you from? And describe your today's practice. How it is the half of your learning process, the analysis. What have you done? It is not just raw facts. I know facts, but I want your emotions, your attitude, your concerns, and your wins. I would like to know what surprised you. I would like to hear what have you felt, what unusual things have you found inside yourself. And all these things, they help me to create better and more relevant videos for you. So we are going to see each other very, very soon. And there, as usual, I have several options what to do, but it will be Friday. That's why it will be something fun, creative. And I want to draw something messy. What do you think? Write me in comments. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye, and have a wonderful sketching today.